All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today for GNet's Workshop Wednesday. We've labeled it Affiliationship 101. We're thrilled to have you all here, and we appreciate you making the time to participate in this exciting session. So today we'll be diving into how GNet's platform can be an invaluable asset for limousine companies looking to build affiliate relationships. We'll focus on what top companies like RMA are looking for in affiliate partners, and most importantly, how you can leverage GNet to become a trusted affiliate partner yourself. We have a very special guest with us today, and we're delighted to have you here, Andrew Tighe of RMA. I will allow you to introduce yourself and get the meeting going.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. My name is Andrew Tighe. I'm the affiliate director for RMA. We're located in a few different cities. Our base is in Washington, D.C. We have offices in New York City, Boston, Richmond, Virginia, Philadelphia, Austin, Texas, and Houston, Texas. So today, first off, it's a privilege to be here with all of you. It's actually the highlight of my week. So I'm excited to bounce some ideas around with all of you over the next hour or so. And I want this to be informative. I want it to be interactive. So certainly if you have questions, please ask them. We can stop the conversation and answer some questions, or we can keep them to the end. So the two topics that I was asked to speak on today are the RMA affiliate network, what we look for in our partners and expectations, both from a client side, from our client side, and from an affiliate side. Like, what are those expectations? What is it that we look for in our affiliate partners? And then also how the GNet platform can help companies achieve these goals, right? How we utilize the GNet platform in order to achieve what it is our clients are looking for. So first, though, before we get into that, I do want to thank Amir, Yasmin, Reza, the entire GNet team. I can speak from experience when I say that, you know, the people who you have working at your company, they're second to none. You guys are fantastic. Anytime, I know I've been on the platform for a long time. Anytime we have questions, you super reaction. You get back to us. You get back to us with any questions, whether it's a tech issue or anything around support. So I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are true professionals. So I just want to give you a shout out.
Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no, it's true. So I wanted to start because at its very core, GNet's a tool that can help you build your company, right? RMA uses GNet every day to help scale our company. And we leverage technology to resolve the problems that we may have instead of more costly alternatives, right? So I did want to read a quick statement because I reread it and it was part of what you guys put out as an email blast. But when I reread it, it's as true today as it ever has been. So here's what GNet can do for you and what it's done for us. So I said, I forget when I wrote this, but it's, like I said, it's still true. The ability to connect via GNet with affiliate partners globally, and we have a lot of international partners on here, so it's great. So it applies to everybody. But the ability to connect via GNet with affiliate partners globally, it's allowed RMA to scale our business in ways we never were able to do prior to the implementation. The ease of sending and receiving work via GNet, it's increased our efficiencies immensely. Real-time return on confirmation numbers, chauffeur detail, status updates. It's really allowed us to streamline our processes. The old laborious ways of sending reservations and waiting for emails to come back and the manual process, it really should be and can be a thing of the past. So it makes it easy for us to maximize our growth potentials, and it's a cost, well, cutting our costs. So it's a great product no matter how big of a company you are. I know we have a lot of different size companies on here, so I'm glad that you're on the network, and it allows us to really scale our company. So I wanted to start with rereading that because it's as true today as it ever has been. So I do want to, we talked about that. So let's get into service standards and client expectations. So from a service standard standpoint, our clients have certain expectations, right? The main thing that clients are looking for, and I think we can all agree, is consistent, reliable, and safe services. And the things that I'm going to highlight, these bullet points I'm going to highlight, are all things that GNet can help us achieve. By using GNet, all these things I'm going to talk about makes this more of a reality, and helps us achieve these goals. So clients are looking for consistency, looking to be reliable. How does GNet help us with consistency? What we try to do in our own local markets, and the consistency we have, and what in the client's expectations we set, are what clients are going to be looking for us to be able to do for them on a global network and in a global way. So being on GNet, the ability to send work seamlessly back and forth, the ability to get real-time confirmations, the ability to ensure that when changes are made, that they go over and they're successful. You can easily see when a change is made, if the affiliate gets it within seconds. It helps tremendously to remain consistent, reliable, and offer a standard of service no matter where that client's traveling. So that's what our clients are expecting, and I'm sure the clients are expecting of you as well. Consistent, reliable, safe services, right? They're looking for an easy, accurate booking process, right? So when our clients book services with us, no matter where it is, we want to be able to deliver the same level of service. So having an accurate booking process, and that booking process is not just entering the reservation, it's also getting it confirmed no matter where that client is traveling. The ability to do this using the GNet platform has made it so much easier to be able to provide consistency. The other thing that clients expect in the service standards are around chauffeur and vehicle standards. Now, we talk a little bit about vehicle standards. Around the US, I can tell you, when we have service issues or we have incidents, it's not because it's mostly, it's rare that it has to do with vehicles, right? Everyone has the same types of vehicles. We're all delivering new model vehicles, whether they're Suburbans, Escalades, Volvos. So the vehicle piece of it isn't what differentiates services, in my opinion. It helps, it's an expectation, but it's not what really is the driving force. The driving force behind services is all about the chauffeur, and it's the experience that the chauffeur can deliver for the client. It's not about getting someone from A to B, point A to point B. It's the experience. It's how that chauffeur, from the onset, how they're dressed, how they interact, how proactive they are. And I encourage you, I said this when I presented at in Vegas, but I want to say it again. I encourage all owners, please take the time, get out there, spot check the chauffeurs, ensure that they're delivering a premium service. Because we all say we deliver a premium service, but I can tell you, we all don't. It's just, it's not a consistent thing, but it can be. And we should require it, we should demand it, but we're only going to know if we're out there, we're spot checking, and we're holding our own teams accountable for what we expect. And if we want to differentiate ourselves from the competition, and we all know there's a lot of competition out there, it starts there. The chauffeur experience and the experience that they deliver has to be top notch. And that's what's going to differentiate us and you from the rest of the competition. And I firmly believe it. It's something that we hammer home at RMA on a daily basis, and it's a difference maker. We like to say for every service that there's two clients, and there's the passenger experience and there's the booker experience. They both are expectations. Both expectations have to be met. You have the passenger, and what the passenger who's actually in the vehicle is expecting, but you also have the booker. And I want to give an example of what I'm talking about when I say that. You can have your chauffeur arrive, and you can have an affiliate maybe say, hey, our chauffeur is going to be 15 minutes late, but it's okay because the passenger didn't come out until 20 minutes after pickup time. Maybe from a passenger's standpoint, that might be okay, right? That the passenger wasn't impacted. But I can tell you from a booker's standpoint, they're losing their mind because this is the CEO, this is the C-suite, this is the executive of that company. And for that 15 minutes of us not being there, she has lost confidence, he or she has lost confidence. And though the passenger might have not been directly impacted, the booker has been. And guess who's sending you the reservations? Guess who's the one who's choosing to use your company? They have as much of an impact on the decision making on who they're going to use as the passenger, because we have to make their lives easier. We have to build trust in the booker, not just the passenger. It's not just about the passenger experience. It's the totality of the service and how easy we can be to work with from the passenger and the booker's experience. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm a firm believer in that.
第二点就是说，客人的体验跟 book 的体验还是
Oh, Amy,
Oh,
you need to
oh, we had a
mute.
question.
Sorry. No, there was Amy Yan. There we go. Thank you. Welcome to the meeting, by the way. Nice to have you, Amy Express. And agreed on the booker part. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, continue.
So again, from an RMA perspective and what we're looking for, these are things that at our core matter the most and what we look for in the affiliates, right? We want to have a shared vision. We want to have similar values, and all of these things go hand in hand. That's why I'm touching upon these things, because from my perspective, these things matter. And if we take them seriously and we can deliver on these types of things, then it means more confidence in RMA. It means more confidence in your company. It means more business overall for everybody. So we talked about the different client and passenger expectations. Another thing is incident resolution. Again, from an RMA perspective, listen, nobody's perfect. There's going to be mistakes. It's how you handle the mistakes and how you can turn a negative into a positive. And we've all been there, right? How timely and accurate are you in getting back to the client with what really happened, right? No nonsense, no excuses. We get to the point. Hey, we let you down. What is it going to take to make this right? Right? Robert is Alexander. He has a phrase, we lose the battle, but we're going to win the war mentality, right? That one trip, what we look for in an affiliate, we're not looking for excuses. We're looking to do whatever it takes to get that client back in the vehicle so that they will send us 10 more services in your local market, 20 more services in your local market. But if you don't handle the incident right and you have a short-term mentality versus a long-term mentality of what it's going to take to get that client trust back and to have them walk away happy, even though an incident occurred, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for long-term vision, not a short-term vision, and to win that war, right? Get them back in our vehicle, make them love us even more because of the way that we respond to incidents when they occur. So that's a client's expectation. So from an affiliate expectation, here's what we expect of our affiliates, right? We want an accurate quoting and billing of services, right? We have to be able to receive accurate quoting up front. We need to be able to receive accurate billing in the end, and make sure that we're able to deliver pricing in a competitive fashion. I mean, listen, when you go out for RFPs and we just had an example of this, right? We went out, we had an RFP and we presented well, and we thought that we were a shoo-in, but sometimes when it comes down to pricing, sometimes that happens. But we all have to be cognizant of that. We all want to charge a premium for our services. But I encourage you, if you want to charge a premium, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. Make sure that you're actually delivering a premium service, because we can say it all day long, but if we're not delivering that premium service, if we don't think it's important to arrive 15 minutes prior to service, right, prior to scheduled pickup time, If we think it's okay for a chauffeur not to be properly dressed, if we think it's okay that it's okay to be 5 minutes late and that's okay, you know, that happens, it's traffic, this and that. That's not a winning mentality, in my opinion. That's, you know, that there's other services that clients can take that can deliver that type of service. That's not what a premium luxury chauffeured service provides. So back to a little bit of GNet and how this can help, right? We want to be able to replicate the same level of service globally as you do locally. We talked about it, partnering on GNet. We have a lot of international operators. We've never had the ability to work easier and more aligned with one another because of this platform, right? We can deliver real-time status updates, GPS tracking, chauffeur details, all in real time because of GNet and because of the platform. So one of my things when I look for affiliates, Sharam or Reza, you guys can say, I mean, it's if they're not on GNet and they come to me and they want to become part of the network, it's the first question I ask: are you on GNet? What software are you on? And if they say any sort of software that I know is compatible with GNet, and even if it's not, Reza and the team, Amir, they've worked with companies to get them onto GNet, even if it wasn't one of the major platforms that we all know, like Limo Anywhere or Santa Cruz or what have you. So we look to be able to replicate the same level of service, and GNet has helped us do that. Again, with affiliates, looking for a shared vision, we want to be attentive. We want to have aligned goals. Those are the things I kind of talked about and alluded to a little bit earlier. We want to be customer focused, right? If you're not customer focused, and we think it's okay to be 15 minutes late, even though the passenger came out 20 minutes and there was no impact, I quickly can understand where affiliates' visions are, where their values are, and whether or not I think they're going to be a good fit to service our clients and to be aligned with what our vision is on what we're trying to do. Because at the end of the day, I know some smaller markets and what have you, but when we send farm out work, no matter if it's 1 trip, 5 trips a day, or 100, 300 trips a day, when you accept that job, you're representing that company. You're representing the company that sent you that work, and you do need to adjust your way of thinking to ensure that you're meeting their clients' expectations. And if you don't have that ability, or you think that, hey, this is the way I do business, or this is the way my company does business, take it or leave it, I'll leave it. In any way possible, I'll leave it until I can find a company that wants to align with the way we do it, because we know what our clients expect. So we want to align ourselves with affiliates that want to grow, want to have long-term partnerships, and want to, like I said, grow together to deliver the best service possible.
Andy, I have a quick question on that note. At RMA, do you have like a prerequisite of certain things that you need to have before you even consider someone to become an affiliate?
Yeah, so we have an affiliate application that you can go to the website, and I encourage others to follow this, right? Make it easy. Everything we do, whether it's a client or whether it's an affiliate, we want to be easy to work with. That's what it comes down to. If you're easy to work with, then it makes everyone's life easier. So you can go to our website. There's an application process. It's quick, gives us all the initial information that we would need. Then we get into more granular things like insurance, like duty of care, making sure that they have insurance requirements that meet our expectations. We take a look at the vehicles, what they can offer, but more GNet is a prerequisite. That's one of the main prerequisites, right? If you're not on the platform, please get on the platform, right? And we help them do that because it just makes everyone's lives easier, right? But we have a detailed affiliate agreement that has to be signed off on. I often have conversations with the owners of the companies and go over some of the things I'm talking about, right? What are we looking for? What are the values? Let's look to build long-term partnerships. But from a checklist perspective, it's the application, it's the affiliate agreement, it's the insurance. Those are the three big ones that begin the conversation to make sure that we can move forward.
Thank you.
And then from an affiliate expectation as well, we talked about this, right? Insurance requirements. And these are the things on the GNet platform. And I'm going to get into this now. I'm going to switch over to how GNet and GNet Connect can help us achieve some of the things that I've been talking about. But insurance requirements, we want to minimize our own risk and exposure. So, oftentimes when it comes to workers' comp, if companies don't have a minimum amount of insurance that we require, we generally, we have to pass. Even though we think they could be a good fit otherwise, we're not willing to take on that risk and expose ourselves if proper prerequisites aren't met. So from a GNet Connect perspective on things, right? What the GNet Connect dashboard has allowed is for all companies the opportunity to market themselves on its platform in the most efficient way possible. What Amir, the GNet team, what they've done is essentially they've created a marketplace for all of us to create your profile, add as much or little information as you want, and ultimately this can lead to you becoming a more attractive choice, affiliate choice for companies around the globe, right? So this is a tool, GNet Connect, that you can go on and you can build your profile, right? It's a shared tool for all of us in the industry to be able to market yourselves in ways that really haven't been possible before. We all go to the shows. There's thousands of companies in the industry. I haven't met them all. I haven't even come close to meeting them all. I'm sure many of you haven't as well. But GNet Connect now is a way that myself as an affiliate manager, if I want to go on and I say, hey, I need help in St. Louis, right? What am I going to do? I'm not going on to Facebook and letting the world know that I need help in St. Louis. I don't want to do that. I want to expose myself and you know what I mean? I want to be able to do things myself internally, do a little background, and GNet Connect is the way to do it. So I'll get into a little bit more, but certainly the benefits that stand out on GNet Connect for operators. So here's a few that I think all operators, and this is the benefits for GNet Connect, right? It's going to allow you to promote your company within our industry, but also, and Reza, you might be able to speak to this a little bit and help me illustrate this a little bit better. But for smaller operators, if you're a smaller company, I guess quite a few people on GNet, quite a few companies on GNet. I think you might have said like 50% might not even might not have a company website, right? But perhaps if you don't have a company website, by being on GNet Connect, this provides you with the visibility on the web without having to create your own website. Amir, Reza, are you guys able to talk to that a little bit better than what I can? I wanted to highlight it because I know the importance of it. But is there any additional info you can add to that?
Sure. Amir, do you want to take it?
No, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Just don't pass it back to me because I'm passing it to you.
Absolutely.
Don't pass it back.
All right.
He's the architect.
Hot
Let me
potato.
share my screen. I like to talk and show. So as Andrew mentioned that we launched the new Connect. Connect is we call a modern directory service as well as a marketplace, meaning that if you're looking for a partner in San Luis, here is the place to go. It is the area that you do basically promote your businesses, right? So we're gonna go here on or search. So I'm gonna look at, for example, LAX market. So let's see that. I'm going to search it. There are companies. So we used to have one map showing very little information about the partners. Now the Connect is a more of an enhanced platform. It is similar to LinkedIn, but really designed for this industry. So I'm going to look at one of the partners, for example. Here is a profile of a company. There are tagline. In some sense, it is similar to their website, but we provide consistent look and feel for each partner. So again, as Andrew mentioned, that small operators, they don't either have a website, it's either broken, or the information is really outdated. But this platform, you don't need to hire a web engineer or developer to build a site. It is all self-service, meaning that you can come and add your service, your services, your fleet, your location, upload your documents, and more. So this is, again, profile. So profile a company in LAX, for example. Here is the location, Orange County and Santa Monica. Then what kind of service they provide. Here is the service they provide is party, wedding, events, airport service, what kind of fleet they have, right? So as I mentioned, this is like a provided similar look and feel. Doesn't matter which location, which market you are. And here is when you can look at the documents. So this company provided like insurance, TCP license, like airport permits. You can upload that. So Andrew, do you want to talk about the importance of document management?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I for this piece, I just wanted you to be able to articulate like you did on how you can use this to get traffic on the web, right? If you didn't already have a website, that this is an alternative kind of to have something visible for companies searching you on the web. But certainly to go back to what I was saying, I'm just grabbing my notes here. So you can build your profile on GNet Connect as granular as you want to make it, right? It has more advanced search filters that allows you to search by specific criteria. So I'll use it. So this is turned into, for me, a way for like ground zero, right? To vet affiliates using GNet Connect. So if I'm looking for security, if I'm looking for weddings, I'm looking for wine tours, non-emergency medical, specific vehicle types within markets or different niches between markets, I go on GNet Connect and I'm doing my research to see who's available, who's fitting, the needs that I'm looking for. So I really have turned to this to begin to have a better understanding of what companies are out there and who can help us service different segments of our business. So use it to your advantage and make your profile as robust as you can. That's my suggestion. If you've done some of it, but you haven't done all of it, take the time, go in, build your profile, add as much information as you can, because I can tell you, as this grows, this is going to become a tool, not just for myself, but it will become a major tool for others to be able to start understanding the markets and the companies within the markets, and having your information updated on here versus companies who don't have their information updated is going to put you at the top of the list. Certainly it's going to garner more interest. You have the ability to add testimonials, right? It's a great platform. If there's testimonials and you can add that on here, if you have a website, but you can also add it on here, I encourage you to do that. Build it as robust as you can with as much information as you can. So how building your profile specifically helps me or helps RMA, right? I said it a little bit, but it really has become how I begin the vetting process. If I'm looking, it's different. If an affiliate reaches out to us with interest and sends an email, that's different, right? They're reaching out to me. But if I'm looking for a specific market, I start with GNet Connect and I start doing my research. So it's become ground zero for me to do my research. You can see what I like is we're very big on working with affiliates that are part of the NLA. that's another prerequisite that we try to mandate, is that if you want to work with RMA, we want to work with companies that also support the industry. So you can easily identify who's a member of the NLA. That to me puts you above someone who's not. And I know it's important for RMA itself as well. So we can see who's a member. We can search by market, get a sense of what services you can provide. I think, Reza, you might have said it, but it's we're trying to get it to a point where people look at it as an industry equivalent to the LinkedIn platform, right? To better understand what your company has to offer, so you can market yourself. Use it as another advantage, another tool similar to LinkedIn, but it's going to be specific for probably affiliate work or being able to make yourself known in your specific markets. But it's a great tool to really to get your name out there, right? So I use it as a way to gauge interest in who we may be potentially looking for to join our network. The other thing is duty of care. It's huge. We all talk about it. It's a big term that has been thrown around now for the last several years. But duty of care. Not only do I go on and see if you're an NLA member, but if you go and you put up your certificates of insurance, if you go up and you put in all your operating authorities and your licenses to operate, we don't want to work with companies that operate illegally, right? But again, you request the documents, you request certificates of insurance, you request operating authorities. But if I can go on and I can see that you already have those things simply by going on to GNet Connect, that's going to put you far above anybody who doesn't have that information, because now I don't have to chase it. I can go, I can look, I can see in real time before we even have a conversation, before I pick up the phone or before I send that email. Does this company, do they have their stuff together? And it just makes my job of having to work with companies to deliver the best service for our clients that much easier, because it's not just a service, it's a duty of care. It's about safety. We want to make sure that companies are operating ethically and legally. So it's a great way for you to show your licensing and that you are operating in a legal fashion for everyone to see. Now, Reza, I don't know if you want to take a second to show where they can go on their profiles to upload those types of documents.
Absolutely.
I think now would be a good time for us to walk through, because I'm not sure how many companies have this type of information up on the web, up on the site, but I think it's important for them to see how to go about doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you log into Connect, so you can come to the dashboard. So here, let me go to, Connect. Hit here, dashboard. Here is where you manage your content. Even you have, so if we have multiple tabs. One of them shows your profile score. So it shows how much you completed the profile. The more is the better, because as Andrew mentioned, that if you land into a profile doesn't have any information, it's going to create a bad user experience, right? Hey, I'm looking at ABC Limo and San Luis, but there is nothing. But rather, if as soon as you upload more information, adding more content, this score increases, and it helps us our search algorithm. If someone is looking for a company or member in San Luis, they have a more complete profile, it's going to increase the ranking of this sorting algorithm. So, and again, live map, if you happen to have a live rides, so it's going to show your live rides. We brought this back from the original dashboard, that the current dashboard we have. You can track your live reservations. And I'm quickly going to go through location.
Reza, let's actually, can we just go straight to the document portion?
Sure.
I think that's where Andrew wanted the focus to be for this particular question.
Yeah, I was trying to go touch base every 10 seconds. Yeah, add location, add services, add affiliates, very self-explanatory, and document portion. So add documents, so simple add documents, and put title of the document such as TCP license, certificate of insurance, and you can identify what kind of document is this, for example, TCP license, for example. And also you can set the security and visibility of documents. Some documents can be public, so everyone can see that. Some of them are only my partners. So if your existing partners can see that, this is a good example as a price sheet for your existing partners. You may have two different price sheet, one for everyone, one for specific for your partners. So you can set that, you can set issue date, expiration date, and if you have like a seal of or logo of a certificate, you can put that logo and upload that. So we do, on document management section, we do expiration check. So if, let's imagine that document is about to expire, we send the notification 2 weeks ahead of the time saying, hey, your livery insurance, whatever is about to expire, act upon that. So, and if document is expired, then we don't show this to the members. So we don't want to create bad experience showing expired documents. That is related to document management. Andrew, did I cover?
Yeah, I think it's important for everyone just to take an opportunity. A piece of this was I'm hoping that people have questions on the platform itself, so we can take some time to maybe go over in a little more thoroughly how to navigate the platform if people have questions on that, and specifically how easy it is to upload your documents, so that when you do have companies that are going to look for new partners, this is part of the vetting process, right? You can easily identify it. I know where to go to look, and you have your everything in order. So thank you. That was great. And I think really in closing, like I said, we talked about it. This is your ability to get your brand acknowledged, your brand out there, for all companies, large, small, doesn't matter, right? If all of us take more of an interest in using this community, something that has been built for all of us to help build our business and to help get our names out there, use it to your advantage. I encourage you, take the time, get on the site, and build this platform. I thought of it more like a similar fashion is like NLA Ride, right? NLARide.com. That's always been like historically a site that people have gone to sort of see different affiliates in different areas. This is a similar feel, but I think it has more enhancements. It's more robust, better search criteria, and it's just another tool, right? It's another tool for us to use, for us to be able to do our homework and to help grow our business. That's what this has become. GNet is a way to scale your business, grow your business, for really less cost, right? A more efficient way to help grow. So that's what we've used it for. We'll continue to use it for. And yeah, I appreciate everyone's time. That's sort of my presentation and my talking points, but we'd like to open it up for questions, and certainly, Yasmin, you can take it over if you'd like.
Thank you, Andrew. That was very thorough, very informative, and very helpful. And I hope it was helpful for everyone listening. I'm sure it was. A quick question, Reza, if I'm not mistaken, let's say somebody wants to reverse it. Someone wants to become an affiliate of RMA. On Connect, is there not a place where they can look and see what RMA's prerequisites are so that they can then contribute all the information so they can be considered?
Absolutely. So yeah, if you come, for example, search for RMA, here we go, RMA, try to send the partnership. Now RMA has an opportunity to set the pre-partnership requirement. So it is like one extra checklist that, hey, do you have a valid permit? You have to have this checklist, right? So you can look at the requirements, the coverage.
And RMA puts in those requirements, correct?
RMA
When they set up their profile, RMA or any other company would set up in their profile their prerequisites for a partnership.
Yeah, when I say I have the valid permit, what it does, we go check to see this, do I have the permit or not? So it's gonna take looking.
So
all the
let's say
documents.
you're
So
XYZ limo, you've come to RMA's page and you want to become their affiliate.
Yeah.
So you as XYZ limo can say, yes, I have valid airport permits and continue.
Yeah, it didn't find, say you don't have it. Now you have an opportunity to upload it. So let me do airport permit. Okay, where is the
So it's very
airport?
intuitive. It actually walks you, the prompts will walk you through it.
So I'm gonna upload. Let's show this in action. Yeah. Let me upload a document. Okay. Okay, which one is this certificate? This is airport permit. All right, so if I go back to the search again, RMA Limo, search.
PLS has a question, maybe, if it's relating to what we're looking at, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi guys, thank you for letting me ask the question. Just a quick thing. We're from Montreal and a lot of our documentation is in French. Would that be an issue for you guys once I would upload it for you guys to approve it, since we'll be in a different language?
No, it shouldn't be a problem. We support multi-language. We support 4 languages, Spanish, French, German, and English.
Okay, perfect.
We haven't tested with like Arabic or Japanese, so it's a good idea.
No worries, because a lot of our official documentation, because we have weird laws in Quebec that it has to be in French, a lot of the insurance papers and everything like that. So that was my only concern once I upload it, that's why.
Do me a favor, send one of the sample ones, because we're using large language model, thanks to AI, so it understand and digest the text. It should work. Please, yes, send me one. Here we go. So I uploaded the airport documents. It says, yes, the airport for Mesa Limo. I logged in as a Mesa Limo, but I have the valid documentation. So it then passes that, say, hey, it's green that you pass this requirement. You can do the similar for certificate of insurance, for example. So in this case, they don't have maybe 10 million coverage, for example. It's going to come back, say, hey, the coverage is only 1 million, for example, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, sure.
We have a question from Daniel at Safe Solo. Let me go back to the question. Is there an upload limit? Being in many cities, there would be many documents that we could load.
There is no limit. Actually, this depends on the plan. Let me show you one picture.
Subscription model?
Yeah, let's do this. Actually, if you come to let me go my dashboard. I'm in my dashboard location, for example, right? So in Orange County, so you can attach that document to that location. Say, hey, for example, this airport permit, which is just uploaded. This was Santa Ana John Wayne Airport. So you can attach that document to this location. You can attach document to fleet. You can attach document to service. You can attach document to location. And again, per limit is per subscription plan.
Does that answer your question, Dan, or would you like to elaborate on your question if that didn't answer it?
No, that does answer it. And would that be the same if we were to apply to be a partner for RMA? For example, the questions that they ask for the upload documents, is that again unlimited depending on the subscription plan?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, it's good that if, for example, RMA is looking for airport permit of LAX, for example, they can come to that location and look at to see if the document is attached instead of looking at 100 documents. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, one thing is we added is chat with your documents. Sorry, I keep going back and forth. with my screen sharing. So if you come to your dashboard in the document section, so we added this chat bot that you can chat with your documents. Say, check if TCP permit exists and what is the expiration date. So what it does, it goes and checks all documents, looks at the content of the documents. Yes, TCP permit doesn't exist, blah, 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 but expires. Right? Yeah, it provides that and even tells it which is the file name is that, which file name is this.
Perfect. Thank you, Reza. Okay, does anyone have any questions for Andy or the GRIT team? Please raise your hand. Dejan has a question. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. As an international, I mean, I respect that a lot of work is done in the US, but it would be such a great idea, guys, if you could on GNet somehow make land-specific, city-specific regulations, requirements, or standards. Like drug testing is laughable in Switzerland, for example, to ask employee to do the drug test, right? But not that only. All these like licensing, documentation, airport access, different kind of insurances. I think it would be amazing. Maybe it would take a lot of time, but maybe also in the US, you have a specific city, region, airport documentations. And then if we as an international could go and say, oh, we have a client arriving in Dallas, and what do we need to look for? We still don't have a affiliate there. So we don't want to go and, you know, when you start exchanging emails with partners or affiliates, potential ones, they all say, yeah, we have everything, or a lot of them are not capable of explaining what's the maximum potential of service and what are the documentations needed for that. Just a small input maybe for a future to have a region, city-specific requirements on the legal side, which I really think it's important.
Thank you for keeping me busy. I like the idea.
Thank you, Dejan. Thank you. We have a Legends Limousine. Please go ahead.
Hello. Just to touch on Dejan's point, I think he brought up a good point, and I think within our industry, we're going to start to see a lot on the safety side. What I mean by safety is a lot of action on the state legislative. Certain states, they're going to be very, very strict with these laws. Other states are not going to be so strict when it comes to transportation of children and when there's a car seat involved. I think all of us transport children. All of us have chauffeurs that have car seats. You'd be surprised, and this is a legit statistic from NHTSA, the National Highway Transportation Association. 4 out of every 5 car seats are not installed correctly. So imagine that now. So that's just a little kind of avenue there that safety is going to become a huge part of our industry as it is now, but even more so where it's going to be mandated on a much more higher and strict level. And I think GNet is going to be a great resource for companies to share what certifications, what qualifications they have. Because just like Dejan said, if you have one of your clients traveling with their children to Dallas, you want to make sure you have a partner that not only is going to take care of your client, but the safety aspect of making sure your client's children are safe in the proper capacity of that car seat, you know? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Back to Dejan, another raised hand.
Just a quick input, and thank you for that, sharing that. What I'm noticing is like a lack of a clear and deep exchange of information between partners. For example, if I want something and I say that, and maybe I say that in a way that that partner does not operate, he's not really able to comprehend what am I looking for. Or, for example, for me, it's very important that every driver has a picture of him. Really important. And but what I'm also seeing is that a lot of partners or affiliates, big affiliates, don't really push with their information. Like say, hey, we really need this, and this. And then it's much easier to adopt and provide the operation procedure of the partner and to represent, for example, Legends in a way that really Legends said, hey, we really want, this is like our standard. Can you do that? It doesn't matter we are in Switzerland. And I'm always like trying to chase this information, and I feel sometimes like I'm bothering because like, oh no, it's just a simple thing. And I think there are no simple things. Just saying for myself, for me, it's very difficult to grow if I offer some kind of service here and I'm not able to provide that in England, in US, and so on. And I already experienced that because I try to do a lot of stuff here because to separate myself from the options that they have all over. And then they would like to have that, as Andrew said, for RMA, they expect the same service everywhere. And then they go somewhere and then the timestamps were not correct. The exchange of real-time updates, not possible. The profile picture of the driver, not. The driver is not changing status himself, but somebody is doing that. So a lot of small things. But I think like the guys, when you're sending stuff or asking for stuff, send as much as possible, because I think that through a partner affiliate should do everything possible to put your clothes on and represent you in the best possible way. And that's how I know we can grow extremely. And I know that we have built business for some of our partners extremely once implementing the standard of the service that they think and they offer or they sell to their clients.
Thank you, Dejan. Paul, did you have a question or did you have something to add to that? I saw your hand went up and down a few times.
No, actually, I think Dejan just nailed it on the money. In terms of just the information exchange, he brought up very, very valid points in terms of representation of your brand, where, of course, you know, you can expect somebody to do it, but expecting and actually picking up the phone or sending an email are two very different things, where I'm pretty sure if Dejan knows that, hey, Dejan, I'm sending you a top VIP, man. This is like a super, super important client of mine. Can you pay extra attention? This client likes this specific type of water. Do you think you can provide that type of water? Little things like that, I know Dejan is referencing too, really, really help. And even us here in the US, little things like that always help us one another to know, hey, how can we better service your client? Because at the end of the day, any real professional affiliate has it tattooed in back of their mind. This is not my client. This is an affiliate's client. So I need to even up the service even more to show them how serious, how committed I am about, you know, kind of providing the service that their client at the end of the day expects, you know. So, yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for that input. And Paul Walsh just put in the chat box that trip notes and a phone call are always helpful. Absolutely. I want to go back to a point that Andrew made, and I thought that might deserve a little further conversation. There may be questions about it. As we know, a lot of affiliates go onto social media. Who do we have in Memphis? Who do we have in Rome? It creates a big problem, right? So our wonderful engineer brain behind our GNet Connect, Reza and Sina, have created an affiliate needs feature where you can make those requests. First of all, again, when you put it on Connect, it's only within our community. Strangers aren't seeing it, you know, and your responses are private. So basically what happens is, you know, what if you, like, I know 25 companies in Los Angeles and someone says, who do we have with a Sprinter in LA, you know, and if I name one of them, oh my God, the rest of the people are gonna be like, what the heck? Why didn't you say me? Why did you know, it creates a problem. So using GNet Connect, I'm going to pass this on to Reza, but to Andrew's point, why he doesn't like to put it on social media and he likes to do his own research. Reza, could you kindly elaborate just a little bit about that feature?
100%. So basically this feature came from, let me go to the Connect. So one of the sessions, like demo sessions, the idea came up, hey, can you create this central place rather than going to the social network like Facebook? We have a closed network that we can post and see the affiliate needs. If you come Connect products affiliate needs, so meaning that here is the you can publish it, and then you can publish a need that, hey, I need a sprinter Miami the end of this week, for example. So you can look at the need, for example, and when you
That's a
reply,
need. Sorry, is that a need that someone's already posted onto
Yeah.
the affiliate? You're not, okay, got it.
Yeah,
So
this
you're
is-
coming in as a user to see what needs are out there.
Exactly. So I'm looking at one of these needs. So, and you can say this is Norfolk, Virginia, I guess. So you can reply that. It is going to be private. So I know affiliate, or I have it capacity. You can just reply it. Reply going to be private. So even when someone publishes a need, you can put the security level saying, hey, all the GNet members can see that need, or you can identify only my partners, existing partners can see that. Imagine that you have 10 partners in Miami, and when you publish the need, only those 10 were going to see that. And you can, you can reply that. Or, so one thing we added is subscribe to needs, we call feed. Is that if someone posts the needs in LAX, for example, you don't need to come every day and proactively look at that list. It says, hey, if something happens in LAX, then in 100 kilometer, send me the notification. So as soon as someone posts the need, then you will get a notification saying RMA is looking for a sprinter at LAX by end of the May, for example. And when you receive that, you can reply, say, yes, I have the capacity. Or,
And Reza,
That's
before
smart.
we go to Paul,
sorry.
how do they get? Is it a text notification? Is it
We
an email
do
notification?
both. So we get email notification and WhatsApp. If you enable WhatsApp,
So you get to choose as a user. You
Yeah.
get to choose how you wish to be
For sure.
notified.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
You can subscribe to either location saying these are this market I'm interested, or you can follow a partner. So you're a big fan of RMA, right? Say, hey, as soon as RMA puts any post, I like to get notification. So you can,
Perfect.
That's
Thank you.
great. I was going to ask that question. Is there any type of notification that happens when they request? Because you're not going to be sitting on the dashboard the whole day looking, right? So I was so happy that you checked the box. Well done. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, there are like tons of Facebook groups, and then you have to go all of them. There are lots of spam.
Exactly.
You're afraid to post something because you're gonna get spam. Hey, so that's.
Or then a need is like 3 weeks old and it's still on Facebook and people are still responding. So anyway, we have a question from Dina. My question addresses the future after we all learn to manage the GNet platform easily. After GNet achieves greater market saturation, what is the probability that we can use legislation to contend with mandatory prearranged trip regulations and develop a GNet Connect app to compete with Uber and Lyft? Ooh, that's a big question, Dina. Thank you. I think I need to pass. Oh, let's see. There was big smiles afterwards. Okay, thank you. That's a great question. That's going to be a whole discussion for, I think, in depth somewhere else. But Amir, did you hear the question? Do you think, I think maybe you would be a good person to respond?
If you really think about it, with GNet, GNet allows every company that wants to be worldwide to be worldwide. GNet allows every company on GNet to have an app that can deliver worldwide now. Your passenger, if you have a passenger app, for example, and your client flies into London from New York and makes a booking, you can help them right there by farming it out to a London partner. Tracking will work. Chauffeur name and number and vehicle will work. Picture of the chauffeur, GPS tracking. I mean, every company has the capability of becoming a major contender now. You don't need a universal app. Your own app should work. So your driver app is seen over the net by another passenger app from another technology, and vice versa. Your passenger app should be able to see the cars of your partner that are executing a job for you. So this gives you exactly what you are asking for, which is you're already capable of that right now.
Reza, thank you, Amir. I think Reza has something to
Yeah.
add to that.
I'd like to add one thing is that, as Amir mentioned, you can build, first you can put the worldwide after your business, then create like a consumer app. Then, as Amir mentioned, you can send farm out to your partners. Also the content, because app needs to show, hey, what kind of service is, what kind of fleet is that? You want to show the picture of the car seat, you know. These are now possible by uploading contents to GNet Connect. And that's why even let's say you're sending this to London, and now your London partner has the photo of a Sprinter, you can show that to your event passenger saying, hey, in London, this kind of a Sprinter is going to come up, pick you up.
Thank you, Reza. Thank you. All right, everyone. I think it's about 10 o'clock. So before we go, I just want to give an opportunity. If anyone else has any questions, any comments, do we have any needs? Let me see. No?
Just want to say that was a great job by Andrew. He hit a lot of great points. And one of my favorite ones was definitely the Facebook thing. Affiliates, please don't share our jobs on Facebook groups and WhatsApp chat groups, because believe it or not, some of us have burner accounts and belong to all of them, and we see what's being posted. So just don't do that. That's just an industry unwritten rule amongst one another, and I consider all of us to be professionals too. So Andrew, thank you so much for that, man. Great job.
Yes, I want to also, in closing, thank Andrew. We really appreciate, you've got years of experience. You're well known in the industry. You work for one of the most amazing companies out there, RMA, very, very reputable and respected. So having you as a speaker here, I think, is really, really important for us. VIP transportation, so sorry. Will there be more seminars how to set up GNet? Yes, we actually do workshops every 2 weeks. They're bi-weekly. Typically, we'll have a special guest like we did today with Andy, but we usually open up the session with Q&As. And if you're a new user and you need specific questions answered, please email us to support@grdd.net. Thank you, Reza. And someone will get back to you. So when you do an email to support, please make sure, put your name, company name, nature of your need, and phone number to reach you on. So there we go. Guys, thank you. Thank you. Great job, Andy. Lovely to see so many viewers on here. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And we strive to make your lives easier so you do less work and make more money. So please let us know if you have any ideas, and we hope to see you on one of our next workshops. So thank you again, and let me do this. Oh, look, I can clap for Andy. That's for Andy. Ooh, there we go. Everyone clap for Andy. Yay.
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah,
All righty.
my pleasure.
All righty.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
We'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone.
See you. Goodbye.